Cool. All right. So what else?
Um, right now that's it for me. I have some gears to grind.
Oh, okay. So I guess you want the what's the face?
Are you okay?
Yeah, cool. I am gonna need a second though. Let me pause this real quick.
Are you sure? You seem a little.
All right. So you got some gears to grind. So I guess that means it's time for the intro.
Yes, please.
All right. So let's see. Grinding gears, man.
Let's grind some gears.
This is some bullshit. Grinding gears, man.
Just grinding my gears.
Just grinding my gears. I like that.
I do too.
I like that whole just grinding my gears.
But you're absolutely right. It makes it so hard.
It does. Now you're kind of like, huh?
Now I'm not as mad anymore.
What am I doing again? What's my motivation?
My gripe
Okay.
today.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get your timer up. It's 5 minutes. All right. But go ahead and go into your gripe first, and then I'll let you know when.
My gripe is with our Generation Y.
Okay.
And those are
Yeah, exactly. Who's Generation Y?
Generation Y are those born between 1980 and 1994. So it's about 26 to maybe 40, give or take a couple of years.
Oh, okay. So they're actually 40. So they're right behind us.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, it's not over, but maybe
Are the
one
generations
under.
that wide and that close together? Like, for example, if they're, because that generation, I think, was it, how many years you put? 8 years or 10 years?
That is
You said-
no, it's 14 years.
14 years. So a 14-year span, which would mean we are, so you said up to 40-ish. So
Yeah.
that would put 41 to 54 is another generation. So that means we still in the youngness of our generation.
Yeah, 41 to 55 is Generation X, which is our generation.
Okay, so yeah, so we're pretty much babies in that generation.
Yes, pretty much. And right before us are the baby boomers.
That's weird because I don't feel like me and my aunts and my cousins, you know, the ones that I talk about. I don't feel like we should be in the same generation.
Doesn't it kind of piss you off a little bit?
It kind of does. It's like when we were going back to that whole point. One time we were talking about somebody being dumb as fuck, and you know, I don't want to be in the same category as that person. I don't know if I want to be in the same generation as some of these mofos.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
But you know, I digress.
Well, our generation, we were, born into a lot of heavy TV.
Okay, so you've set the stage for it? You ready for me to set the...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
right,
Let's
so
start it out.
We are going. Tick, 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 tick.
As I said, Generation X, our generation, we're heavy TV watchers. We're heavy Facebook users because it came out, within our time first. And also personal computers. And we're also the generation that's known to be financially responsible. And we like a lot of person-to-person contact. Like, even though we're digitally advanced and savvy for our generation, because we started it off, we also like person-to-person contact, like going into banks instead of doing things digitally. Although I differ in that department. And like I said, not everybody in every generation falls under every category. But unlike us, Generation Y, I have the most problem with.
Okay.
All right. And mostly those within the middle 30s.
Okay.
And I'm talking 30 to 35. It just seems like several people I know, one very close to me, has no common sense. They not only do they not have common sense, but it's almost as if they are so handicapped to doing a lot of regular things, like making deposits in a bank or balancing a checkbook.
Indeed.
A lot of them are naive. They fall for everything. Most of them love flaunting their buying power.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they go to the malls. And you know who you are, you 30-year-olds. They love going to the malls. Gonna go buy that fresh pair of sneakers. It cost me $300. I may be broke tomorrow, but I'll be looking fly. You know.
Okay.
You know, and with that, I think they try to blame a lot of other people. Those who don't try to blame just get pissed off and they keep that in. But we did not cause your ignorance. You caused your ignorance.
Oh, okay. I get where you're coming from now.
Our Generation X are not the parents of Generation Y.
True that.
We are the parents of Generation Z.
Indeed.
Which
got their own problems.
Which got their own problems.
Their own set of problems.
Absolutely. But they are a little younger, and there's still a lot to see from them coming up. None of them are in their 40s yet. True. But, you know, to be that generation that falls in the middle and to be so naive, you cannot blame the people before you for not teaching you any better. Absolutely not. Y'all thought you knew it all, and you run with it. And nobody could tell you different. You don't like to listen to nobody. You don't like to take anybody's advice. So, I'm not giving any of y'all advice. But all I'm saying is, if y'all fall and get hurt, get up, put your big boy pants on, and keep it moving. Because nobody really gives a shit.
All right. Look at that. You got 2 more minutes if you want to beat them up some more. You good?
No, I'm good because my blood pressure's starting to rise a little bit.
All right. Well, with that said, is social media really for us? I think social media is really for them.
The majority of it is for them. Like I said, we grew up with Facebook. Facebook is all we had for a long time.
We're more the precursor. We didn't grow up with Facebook. When Facebook came out, you was in your 30s.
Were we?
Yeah.
In the 30s?
Really?
Yeah. No, you're right.
You're
right, because when we met...
Mafia Wars. How long have you been playing Mafia Wars?
Oh, my gosh.
Really? I mean, think about the job that you was at when you started playing Mafia Wars. Has it been 30 years? I mean, did we grow up with that?
No, we did not grow up
just
with
me saying that. The job that you was at when you was playing Mafia Wars lets you know that you weren't.
Yeah, we did not grow up with that. Yeah. Not at all.
If anything...
but it has been documented that our generation uses Facebook the most.
I can see that because our generation would have... That's the reason why Facebook is considered like there. You can almost rank the social media platforms by their coolness based on what the kids are saying, and I guess that would be Z and under.
Yeah.
And Facebook is now kind of like grandma's social media platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where you go for the memes and the family bullshit.
Yes, to find people you went to school with.
Exactly, and to find people you went to school with. Well, people that are still in school aren't going to need to go to Facebook to find people they went to school with.
Yeah.
They just go to Snapchat and see what they're doing right now.
Or their Instagram.
Yeah, so I don't even think Instagram is the top one for the youngins. I think it's Snapchat and a couple others. It's just like when Skype was rocking, the young cats were using Uvu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so it's that kind of situation.
I only use Snapchat for their filters.
Yeah, the young kids are gonna go with whatever is popping at the moment. Now TikTok might be the thing for them. You know what I'm saying? So, which, I don't really understand TikTok for the most part.
No,
but
I'm so tired of seeing them too.
But yeah, with that said though, no, I get it. Although the millennials, are they behind Y?
The millennials are after Y.
They're after Y?
They're the Z's.
I thought millennials would be like in their 30s now as well.
Millennials are 95 to 2015, so they're between the ages of 5 and 25.
That's retarded. That's stupid.
Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Millennials are Y. I apologize. I misspoke.
Okay.
Millennials are Y. Generation Z, they're just Generation Z. They have other nicknames, but nothing that we've used.
But there's actually one that's 5 to 25. That's Z.
That's Z. Yeah.
So
5 to 25.
So that means technically, a mother and her baby can technically be in the same generation.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were
No, you're right. Because if
Yeah.
a 20-year-old
Mhm.
5 years ago had a kid, that kid would be 5 now. She'd be 25. That kid would be 5. They're in Generation Z.
Or even if that 20-year-old, and no, that's if that person's, even if that 20-year-old was 25 and had a kid 5 years old, 5 years ago, that kid would be 5. That she would be, we're talking about today.
Yeah.
They had it 5 years ago. That kid would be, she would be 25. That kid would be 5, and they're still in the same bracket.
That's what I said.
No, you said she was 20 and she had it 5 years ago. You was basically having a 15-year-old having a kid, where I'm having a 20-year-old.
Oh, then I misspoke because that's the way I meant it. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry about that.
And if I was wrong, then leave a message in the comment and set me straight. But yeah, so either way, they could be at the edge of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Which just sounds a little crazy.
I know. Generation Z doesn't know what it was like before smartphones.
Because, and that's just it. Yeah, like if you're at the end of a generation versus the beginning of a generation, the life that you live in those generations is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Like take that same example, that parent and that kid, they live in two different lives. In fact, hopefully that kid's life is easier and it's probably going to be closer to the next generation's life style than it was to their parents. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they might want to reconsider these brackets.
Well, there's no more names for after Z, not yet anyway. And definitely it's not, and if they do come up with them, it's not going to be the alphabet.
So basically your beef is that generation millennials suck and they're pussies.
Not all of them,
Of course not all of them.
but a lot of them.
We're not knocking all of you because some of you guys brings us a lot of entertainment that we enjoy.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
you know.
We love watching you guys.
We enjoy car crashes and train wrecks.
Yes. And we will talk about them.
but yeah, so yeah, I guess I can relate to that. I think when I'm out and about, especially with my side day gig, you get to see people's ages and you're like, wow, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
Wow, and this and that, yeah, and they look like they should be my fucking grandpa and shit. But
You're an exception, though.
and then
to
you
be
see
honest.
how they're acting. I do believe that Y or millennials have a higher sense of entitlement
Yes. Oh, for sure.
versus dog eat dog or like
Struggle.
yeah, like us, our generation and generations before us, we have a little bit of might makes right.
Absolutely.
We have a little bit of dog eat dog.
We'll get our hands dirty.
We got a little bit of yeah. But I want to go a little deeper than that. And what I'm saying is that we have a little bit of. Because I'm not saying that generation doesn't understand work. They just understand work in a different way. Mm-hmm. If you have to negotiate or politic for your resources, and I have to go out and bang a hammer or bang somebody over the head for my resources, there's really no difference as long as we both get them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the difference is the energy used. But what I'm getting at is our generation, we view the jungle as a jungle. You know what I'm saying? So, we had laws of the jungle. That's why I'm saying we had a little bit of might makes right. That's why our generation or a generation before us, if there was something that you wanted or you needed, sometimes you just went and just used brute strength to get
Right.
it.
Yeah.
To get it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And which goes back to working and getting your hands dirty. Well, they don't view life as the jungle and
Right.
survival of the fittest.
Right.
They view it more as survival for us all.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to survive.
Yes. It's my right.
Yeah, this isn't a jungle. This is a pod. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. Our generation, we were more Jungle Book, and then we watched The Matrix. Their generation is more, they're The Matrix, and they're watching some other bullshit. Like, if they had to, I bet most Generation Yers think that they probably is this place where there's all these pods and shit, And you're in a pod, and the machine comes and gives you every fucking thing you want, and all you gotta do is sit there and dream about the beauty, this beautiful house, and beautiful wife, and beautiful car, and beautiful kids, and you're just entitled to have that because your dad had it. Well, your dad had to fucking kill
his
himself.
ass off.
Yeah, he had to kill himself, and by the time he was old enough to have you, there was nothing left of him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So he never got that beautiful kid because, he wanted to see a kid go out there and bust their ass too. Mm-hmm. So,
well, some of us, our generation looks forward to a retirement because of so many years we put in struggling.
Yeah.
I wonder what that looking for towards retirement will be like for that next generation.
I think they're going to, I think the average population of that generation is going to just want to be told when to retire, how to retire, and what retirement is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Whereas growing up with us, our coming up and before us, you weren't told. You pretty much, the beauty was in figuring out what you want your retirement to look like.
Right.
So
you have to figure it out.
So I think a lot of this generation, the mistakes that they're going to commit today, also for our generation, it was almost like every 5 years you had a moment where you could write your shit.
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't working. Let me brute strength it this way. It may take me 5 years to write this strength, but if I just keep banging at it, then it'll happen. Whereas I think now for Generation Y and generations behind them, I think the mistakes that they make are going to lock them into certain stations that they're not going to want to be in.
Right.
And that's a shout out to people that we know, people that are in that generation and behind it. Keep that in mind. Don't lock yourself in a certain station that you're not going to be happy at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I knew that there's a station that in my 20s it might be okay because I'm a little bit of a rebel and defiant, but in my 40s I'm not going to want to be in that station.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
but they don't like to take advice, so this is going to go over their heads.
No, which was the main part of the grinding of the gears. We really should have grinded them through the gears, but
now knock some sense into them.
Bitches. So,
hey, when touch, man, I just do the running man.
What up, folks? It's your boy TMC here. Just wanted to give another PSA about budget. You have a budget. I have a budget. Hell, freaking dog catcher has a budget. We all have budgets. Key is working within those things, and sometimes being able to make more out of a little less. And you're just now starting out as an artist. Maybe you have a project in which you don't have a big budget for, or maybe you just want to do some behind the scenes stuff. Well, that's where we come in.
Glock 19, you don't want it, man. Gotta send a little 80 where you want it.
Guys, thanks for watching. And to see more T4J content, please visit TMC4JMC.com.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below.
That's what's up. Peace. Cool. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And to see more T4J content, please visit TMC4JMC.com.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below.
That's what's up. Peace.